So Biden has come out and showed support of conviction in the Chauvin case. This is a sharp skew from his prior position. He says it while speaking to, I believe it was Hispanic lawmakers. He said it, and it points out, it sticks out to me for a few reasons. It shows how fake his stances are, and just many political parties. This is conservative, liberals. These all these people. It's not about integrity. It's not about what they feel is right. It's what they feel like they should say. It's like they're that guy that will say whatever he feels like he should say to get people to laugh or like him. Like him more than laugh, because I like to, say things to, get chuckles too. But he's like, all politicians are like that. It's context driven for them. They aren't the queen in the chess match, or king, queen more likely, because they can do more damage. They're the pawns being driven by some ulterior group sitting somewhere in the shadows. And that's kind of what this points to. Biden could have said the evidence was overwhelming 3 days ago, but now he's speaking to a different group of people, and he's saying that the evidence is overwhelming and they need to give the correct verdict, which it's obvious what he's pointing to, that it's guilty. And I'm not saying anyone's guilty or not guilty. I actually don't really have an opinion on it. More on the basis of his conjecture, it's confusing. It's wrong. It's almost like 2 days ago, he didn't have any idea what was going on during the trial. But all of a sudden, he's gone through the dozens of hours of testimony and not done anything else, which I could believe that he hasn't really done much. But he's gone through all the evidence, he's gone through all the information of the trial in 3 days, and now that he's speaking to these Hispanic lawmakers, it changes. Everything changes. That's what confuses me. Like, what occurred to make you finally just, did God came down, touched you, and told you that he was guilty? Is that what happened? I doubt it. I doubt you even reviewed any of the notes, any of the testimony. You didn't think long about it, for sure. Maybe, Kamala, maybe she told you what was going on. I don't know what it is. And again, this isn't political, really. It's an issue with all politicians. It's not based on their analytical ability. It's not based on what their hours of looking into things has told them. It's based on what advisors have told them. Less so. More so on the context of who they're speaking to. And that's a huge issue in a matter like this, especially. What he's saying could absolutely change how the jurors, how they respond to the trial. Same with Maxine Waters. What Maxine Waters said could absolutely change how this trial goes. And if this was, on the flip side, and this was conservatives, there would be more backlash on social media from the media. There would be a larger backlash, and I think there should be. I feel like there should be a more bipartisan response to all of the comments that are coming from the Biden party, the Biden administration, on many things, and that's just not happening. I remember when Trump was president, and I actually didn't vote for Trump. I was kind of a jerk, but I like him now. I noticed the reason I like him now is because I started to notice that it was like he was an underdog in a sports match. It started to seem like everybody just didn't. There was no way he could win. There was no way he could win. Not like he wasn't an underdog in the sense that people liked him because he was an underdog. He was an underdog because he developed into an underdog. he had this underdog mentality that a lot of people started to like him because they thought he was brash and, you know, headstrong, and he was the up on top. But the media started to convince people that he was the underdog towards his later years in the presidency. And if COVID never happened, he is still president. And that's a fact. And so Biden doesn't have the Biden administration doesn't have this allure at all. It's almost like they're the supreme beings, and they don't really do anything. Like they're not doing anything, but it's almost like they're the supreme rulers, and that's a big put off for a lot of people. Ultimately, it's all about context for these politicians. It's all about context. They'll say one thing here, and 2 days later, they haven't read it over anything else, and they'll say the opposite of it. And that's kind of how it goes all around, with the exception of Trump. Trump was a little different in that sense. And that's why a lot of people liked him. He's obviously not president, and, you know, maybe he shouldn't be. But he wouldn't be doing something like this. He wouldn't be doing this. He wouldn't be hinting towards this. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it.